Let me speak to the head librarian. Because it's absurd! An overdue book from 1971. Ah, what are you, from a radio station? Is this a joke? You got me, I fell for it. Alright. Okay. I'll get me down there in like half an hour.
What's the problem?
This you're not going to believe. The New York Public Library says that I took out Tropic of Cancer in 1971 and never returned it.
Do you know how much that comes out to? It's a nickel a day for 20 years. It's going to be $50,000.
It doesn't work like that.
If it's a dime a day, it's going to be over $100,000.
It's not going to be anything. I returned the book, I remember very vividly, because I was with Sherry Becker. She wore this orange dress.
Yeah?
It was the first time I've ever seen her in a dress like that. That dress is burned in my memory.
Memory burn.
I wonder whatever happened to her.
How did they ever find you?
Oh, computers, they're cracking down now. The whole thing is completely ridiculous. It's George. Wait till he hears we're going to the library. Coming down.
You know, I never got a library card. It's just a bunch of cheapskates in there anyway, sitting around reading the newspaper on the big wooden reel, trying to save a quarter. Ugh.
I gotta go to the library. You wanna go?
Yeah! Get it! The Dewey Decimal System? What a scam that was. Boy, that Dewey guy sure cleaned up on that deal.
This woman is completely ignoring me.
Look at her. This is a lonely woman looking for companionship. Spinster. Maybe she got hurt a long time ago. She was a schoolgirl. There was a boy. It didn't work out. And now she needs a little tenderness. She needs a little understanding. She needs a little Kramer.
Eventually a little shot of penicillin.
Yes?
Hi, Jerry Seinfeld. I called earlier about an overdue book.
Ah, Tropic of Cancer. Henry Miller. This case has been turned over to our library investigations officer, Mr. Bookman.
Bookman? The library investigator's name's actually Bookman?
It's true.
That's amazing. That's like an ice cream man named Cone.
Listen, could I speak to this Bookman?
Just a sec.
Jerry! Jerry! I think I saw him. I think it's him.
Who?
The homeless guy. He's outside on the steps screaming obscenities, doing some calisthenic routine.
I saw him.
It's Heyman. It's our gym teacher from high school. Yes, he's covered in filth, no whistle, but I'm pretty sure it's him.
George got him fired. He squealed on me.
Ooh, tattletale.
I didn't tattle.
Who is this guy? What happened?
There was an incident, and I'd rather not talk about it.
Come on. No, I never figured you for a squealer.
Oh, he sang like a canary.
Mr. Bookman is not here.
Not here? Why was I told to come down here?
He'll be out all afternoon on a case.
He's out on a case? He actually goes out on a case?
What am I supposed to do now?
I'll have Mr. Bookman get in touch with you.
Alright. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, let's go see if it's Heyman.
I'll see you boys later. So, what's a guy gotta do around here to get a library card?
I'm telling you, something's going on. Mr. Lippman never likes any of the books I recommend. And that lunch thing?
What lunch thing?
I've ordered lunch there every day for 3.5 years, and today, they didn't ask what I wanted.
So they didn't ask what you want, big deal.
What do you know about it? You don't work in an office. You work in an office. Jerry thinks I'm overreacting, but you understand. Lunch.
I don't understand lunch. I don't know anything about lunch. Listen, just because I got the guy fired doesn't mean I turned him into a bum, does it?
What did he do?
He purposely mispronounced my name. Instead of saying Castanza, it was can't stand ya, can't stand ya. He made me smell my own gym socks once.
I remember he made you wear a jock on your head for a whole class. He had the straps hanging down.
Okay, I didn't even have him for gym.
I had him for hygiene. Do you remember his teeth? It was like something from an exhumed corpse.
Ah, yeah, little baked bean.
Come on, tell me what happened.
Well, okay. The guy had it in for me. He purposely failed me in gym. Me, in gym.
Can't stand you.
Yes, Mr. Heyman?
Your underwear was sticking out of your shorts during gym class.
Well, I guess that's because I was wearing boxer shorts.
Boxer shorts on what brand?
I'm not really sure.
Well, let's take a look.
He gave me a wedgie.
He got fired the next day.
Why do they call it a wedgie?
Because the underwear is pulled up from the back and it wedges between the butt cheeks.
Now, they also have an atomic wedgie. The goal there is to actually get the waistband over the head. Very rare.
Boys are sick.
Now, what do girls do?
We just tease someone till they develop an eating disorder.
Yeah. What? Okay. Bookman is at my apartment. Good, I'm glad you're here so we can get all this sorted out. Would you like a cup of tea?
You got any coffee?
Coffee?
Yeah, coffee.
No, I don't drink coffee.
You don't drink coffee? How about instant coffee?
Oh, I don't have...
You don't have any instant coffee?
Well, I don't know.
Who doesn't have instant coffee?
I don't.
You buy a jar of Folgers crystals, you put it in the cupboard, you forget about it. Then later on when you need it, it's there. It lasts forever. It's freeze-dried crystals.
Really? I'll have to remember that.
You took this book out in 1971.
Yes, and I returned it in 1971.
Yeah, 71. That was my first year on the job. Bad year for libraries. Bad year for America. Hippies burning library cards. Abby Hoffman telling everybody to steal books. I don't judge a man by the length of his hair, the kind of music he listens to. Rock was never my bag. But you put on a pair of shoes when you walk in the New York Public Library, fella.
Look, Mr. Bookman, I returned that book. I remember very specifically.
You're a comedian. You make people laugh.
I try.
You think it's all a big joke, don't you?
No, I don't.
I saw you on TV once. I remembered your name from my list. I looked it up. Sure enough, it checked out. You think that because you're a celebrity that somehow the law doesn't apply to you? That you're above the law?
Certainly not.
Well, let me tell you something funny, boy. You know that little stamp, the one that says New York Public Library? Well, that may not mean a whole lot to you, but that means a lot to me. One whole hell of a lot. Sure, go ahead. Laugh if you want to. I've seen your type before. Flashy, making the scene, flaunting convention. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. What's this guy making such a big stink about old library books? Let me give you a hint, Junior. Maybe we can live without libraries, people like you and me. Maybe. Sure, we're too old to change the world. But what about that kid? Sitting down, opening up a book right now at the branch at the local library, finding drawings of pee-pees and wee-wees on the Cat in the Hat and the 5 Chinese brothers. Doesn't he deserve better? Look, if you think this is about overdue fines and missing books, you'd better think again. This is about that kid's right to read a book without getting his mind warped. Or maybe that turns you on, Seinfeld. Maybe that's how you get your kicks, you and your good time buddies. Well, I got a flash for you, Joy Boy. Party time is over. You got 7 days, Seinfeld. That is 1 week.
There's no way I'm paying for that! I returned that book in 1971! I have a witness, Sherry Becker. She wore an orange dress. I remember it. Becker. So, Sherry, what do you remember about that day at the library?
Well, I remember it like it was yesterday. I wore a purple dress. We were reading passages to each other from that Henry Miller book.
Tropic of Cancer.
No, it was Tropic of Capricorn.
Wait a second, you're right. I had both of them. And I was all set to return Tropic of Cancer, but then I gave it to George. It was George!
Read another poem.
Pressed chest, fleshed out west, it might be the savior or a garden pest.
Wow, that is great. You should be published. You know, the library is kind of cool when it's closed.
Oh yeah, you don't have to be quiet. Hello!
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 Mr. Bookman.
I remember when the librarian was a much older woman. Kindly, discreet, unattractive. We didn't know anything about her private life. We didn't want to know anything about her private life. She didn't have a private life. While you're thinking about that, think about this.
The library closes at 5 o'clock. No exceptions. This is your final warning. Got that Cupid doll?
Lippman wants to see me in his office. See me! That can't be good.
Maybe you're getting a raise.
Maybe I'm getting a wedgie. Oh, George is on his way up.
What do I tell him about the book?
It's Marion's poetry. I can't take it.
Remember that biography I recommended? My boss hated it.
I'm right here.
Remember that Columbus biography?
Columbus, Euro trash.
Well, it's him.
Him. Him who?
Him who? Heyman him.
Heyman, the gym teacher. You found him.
Oh, I found him. He was sitting on the steps of the library. I sat down beside him. It smelled like the locker room after the game against Erasmus.
That was double overtime.
So I said, Mr. Heyman, it's me, George Costanza, JFK, 71. You know, can't stand ya, can't stand ya. And he turned and smiles, those little baked bean teeth. And I get up to run away, and something was holding me back. It was Heyman. He had my underwear. There I was, a grown man, on the steps of the 42nd Street Library, getting away.
At least it wasn't atomic.
It was.
So, Georgie boy, guess what happened to Tropic of Cancer? Because I gave it to you!
Me.
Yeah, think. Remember you kept begging me to see it and I finally agreed? I met you in the locker room, remember?
Locker room.
George, here's the book. Don't let anyone see it. Don't let anything happen to it.
Jerry, it's me, George. Don't worry about it. I'll return tomorrow, no problem.
Alright, I'll see you after school. I gotta go. I'm late for Heyman's hygiene.
Can't stand you.
Yes, Mr. Heyman?
Your underwear is sticking out of your shorts during gym class.
Well, I guess that's because I was wearing boxer shorts.
Boxer shorts on what brand?
I'm not really sure.
Well, let's take a look.
Anyways, hope there's no hard feelings.
Hard feelings? What do you know about hard feelings? You ever had a man die in your arms? You ever kill a man?
What is your problem?
What's my problem? Punks like you, that's my problem. You better not screw up again, Seinfeld, because if you do, I'll be all over you like a pit bull and a poodle.
That is one tough monkey. So, you were saying?
So I took your advice and I gave my boss those poems that Marion wrote, the one that affected Kramer so much.
Oh, beautiful. Did you like them?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Was Heyman out there?
No, he's gone. Wonder what happened to him.
I guess we'll never know.
Can't stand ya. Can't stand ya.